Hello, my name is Stacy Garrett. I am the VP of Marketing for Ideation Creative Brand Management. And I decided I would do a video where I talk about the insulation of different water bottles. And what better way to do that than a demonstration of them in action? So I've taken all of these water bottles. I have filled each one of them with ice. Ice that is from the old school white ice cube trays. So they're all the same size of ice. And I am going to record a video over the next few days to see how they do with the ice and the various insulations. You'll see I have all kinds of brands here. I have a YETI, I have Hydrojub, Owalla, I've got some Brumate, Camelbak, I have Hydroflask, big favorite for a lot of Oregonians, and I'm going to put them to the test. All of them have the same contents of ice, and they have various degrees of insulation, which I've noted here, and we'll see how they do over the coming days. Immediate notice is all of these have double wall insulation. But when we get into these, they don't have insulation. And one thing I noticed from the very beginning is the condensation on the outside. Now, these have had ice in them for an hour, and they have condensation all around it. My label has already gotten smudged from the water on it in that hour. None of the other ones have any condensation, so that's an interesting observation. Nothing is wrong with any of these water bottles. What I'm trying to do is help you learn a little more about the insulation, about the different brands and their insulation, and also just what bottles and the type of insulation is going to meet the needs of your particular event or activity so that you don't get something that you're disappointed in, or you don't overbuy something that you don't really need. Stay tuned. We are 12 hours in to the ice experiment with the bottles. These three here have single wall, no insulation. And you can see, hopefully, there's no ice in them. This one also has no ice. It is a double wall air insulated bottle. Interestingly, stainless steel double wall, copper insulated, ice. Hydroflask fans, the stainless steel double wall vacuum insulated, ice. A couple generic double wall copper vacuum insulated, tons of ice. Then we know a lot of people's fan favorite, YETI. Let's see how it did. Oh, yep, tons of ice. The Hydrojub, lots of ice. And that is a, let's see what that is, double wall copper insulated. And we have another fan favorite, Owalla and Camelbak. Let's see how they did. Oh, yep, lots of ice still. Lots of ice. This next one's the Hydrojub. Then we have two Brumates. Let's see how they did. Ice, ice, baby. Yep. Interesting observation is that within 3 hours of putting ice in them, these, you can see the sweat that caused my labels to run. These first three had no ice left in them after 3 hours. That is no insulation, single wall aluminum and stainless steel. And then this one, air insulated by the 12 hours, had no ice in it. Stay tuned for more results at 24 hours. Hey there, Stacy Garrett here again to look at where our water bottles that were filled with ice are at 24 hours. So let's see. The aluminum, room temperature water at 24 hours. Single wall, non-insulated. That one is also room temperature water. Single wall, stainless steel, non-insulated, also room temperature water, which is fine because those have a purpose to take away single-use plastic. So they are great for that purpose. They are just not insulated, so they're not gonna keep stuff cold for very long, but neither does a plastic bottle that you buy at the store. So they have a great purpose. They're much more affordable. They're just not gonna win the Keep Ice Cold contest. We have this one, which is air insulated, also no ice in there. That hasn't been icy since for 12 hours. This, we've got, can you hear the shake? So this is copper insulated, stainless steel, copper vacuum insulated, and that is full of ice. I actually don't even hear any water in there. So this is our Hydroflask, fan favorite. Let's see, ice. We're at 24 hours, still solid ice in there. This is copper insulated also, just a little different style, a generic name brand. Honestly don't even hear any ice in there still. There is a little condensation around the ring here, but that's pretty common with some of these lid types that have plastic up against the stainless. So another, this one's copper insulated double wall. This is also a generic brand, just solid ice, which is great. Another fan favorite, everybody loves their YETI. So let's see, this started 24 hours ago with just ice, same as everybody else. Sounds pretty good. Maybe a little more water in that one, but not much. And then we've got Hydrojub. This is a fairly new brand to me, but again, copper insulated, double wall, Hydrojub. Yeah, pretty icy. We know Kim in our office, and pretty much everyone in our office loves Owalla. Let's see. Sounding pretty good. A little bit of water in there, which is weird, but it's copper insulated. Again, Owalla. Camelbak. This is a long-standing great water bottle, copper insulated. Ooh, that's really solid in there. Then a Hydrojub, similar to this one, but in a little smaller version, different kind of lid. Let's see. Copper insulated. I hear a little water, but not too much. Brumate. So this is their take on the 40-ounce kind of Stanley craze. So this is Brumate. This one is awesome. This is their take on the 40-ounce Stanley craze. Let's see. Oh yeah, one big chunk of ice in there. And this is their own technology, insulated, triple insulated. Not exactly sure the technology there. Oh, this is pretty icy, 35 ounce, 24 hours. We're still full of ice. We'll check back in at 48 hours. 48 hours. Mugs that had ice only in them. Let's see how they're doing. We already talked about these, just room temperature water now. So now we're looking at double wall insulated generic brand, stainless steel. Lots of ice still, but I can hear a little bit of water. We're at the double wall vacuum insulated stainless steel Hydroflask. Ice still for sure, but lots of water. 48 hours in, lots of water in that one. Now we're back to a generic copper insulated. This actually has quite a bit of water in it as well, but a lot of ice still. Copper insulated, generic stainless steel. Definitely ice and some water. Fan favorite, everybody loves a YETI. Let's see, double wall vacuum insulated. Oh, there's quite a bit of water in there. It's still definitely got plenty of ice though. Hydrojub, let's see, 48 hours. This does have a plastic lid, so I expect this one to not do as well, even though it's got good copper insulation. Oh, wow. It has a lot of ice in it still, so that's interesting. Owalla, who doesn't love the color of this? Let's see how it's doing. Ooh, 48 hours, double wall vacuum insulated. It has quite a bit of water in it. Camelbak, let's see. Ooh, that's mostly ice still. Then we've got Hydrojub, similar to this one. Again, plastic lid. Let's see. All water. There is no ice left in that. So this Hydrojub, this is actually copper insulated, but again, it has a plastic top. So that is a big part of where the heat will escape, is through the lids. Okay, so now we've got a Brumate. It's their own technology, triple insulated. Oh yeah, there is water for sure, but there is also still some ice. And then again, another Brumate, different lid configuration. So let's see. Oh, big difference. Even though they have the same insulation, because they have different lids, this one has a lot more water than this one. So that's interesting. Here you have it, 48 hours. Let's see what 72 brings. Okay, we are at hour 50. I had some volunteer work this morning, so I did not do 48. And I think this will be our final day. So we are going to look inside each of these and see how they fared. So the first one, no ice left. This is an aluminum bottle. Let's see what the water temp is. 71 degrees. This next one is a stainless steel single wall bottle. Also 71 degrees, must be room temperature. This next one, also aluminum, or stainless steel, no insulation, 71. And this one is air insulated, but with a plastic lining, stainless outside, and it's 69. This one, look at that, still ice, still ice. This is a copper insulated. How's that water? Woo! 30 degrees after 50 hours. That's impressive. Okay, now we're going to do the YETI, see how that did. We don't have any ice left in it, but the water's still pretty cold after 50 hours. That's good. Another generic triple wall, no ice left, about 45 degrees. Another generic, no ice left, but copper insulated, 54 degrees. Then the next one, the YETI, no ice. But let's see how the water. 45, so after 50 hours, still having 45-degree water is pretty good. The room temperature here in Hawaii is about 70 degrees. Keeping it at 44 or 50 degrees is still pretty good. So this is Hydrojub. Looks like we're at 55, fully melted. One of everyone's favorite because of the way it drinks, the drinking mechanism on it, the Owalla. That one has no ice left, and we are at about 50 degrees. You can see that. There we go, 52. Look at that, you guys. Oh, there's a little paper in there. But the Camelbak still has ice. Woo, 30 degrees in there. Now we have the Hydrojub. That one is pretty much room temperature. That one has been melted for about 12 hours. We have a Brumate with their triple insulation. It has been melted for a while, but 46 degrees. And then look there, still ice in this Brumate 35-ounce bottle. And right there at 27 degrees. That's pretty impressive. Okay, so a little bit of recap on some of the best insulation that we still have ice in the bottle. That is the Brumate, their 35-ounce bottle. We also Camelbak, which is really great, copper insulated. And then we jump down to the generic double wall copper insulated. Of course, this has a lot of variables. The size of the vessel, the lid, all of those things come into play when you're talking about how they are insulated. But I tried to keep all of the bottles with exactly the same ice cube shape, and they never left this spot in my kitchen. Boy, will I be glad when they are gone. But I just thought it was an interesting experiment to see, do we need our water to stay cold for 48 and 50 hours? Maybe not. But this has also been in my house with a temperature between 75 and 65 each day. So when you start to put those outdoors with sun on them, the better insulation as we go into summer, the better it's going to be and the safer it'll be as well. I hope that you found this useful, just like I did.